Hi, this is Jean, and I want to welcome you to the Healthy Partner After 60. This is my new channel, so I'm happy that you found it. And I want to explain a little bit about what this channel is going to discuss or focus on. I am married and have a spouse that has a couple of chronic diseases, and these chronic diseases are progressive and they get worse. So the balance of power or thinking of the future takes up a lot of real estate in my head. And I wanted to have a channel that I could talk about these tough things that often aren't said, and to put the focus not on the person needing the help, but the healthy person in the partnership and the quality of life and such for that person. So why I think I have a unique perspective on this, a little about my background. I have worked over 37 years now as a speech language pathologist. And in this role, I have worked with sick people my whole life. From pediatrics, I used to do birth to 5. So saw a lot of congenital diseases and childhood cancers and developmental delays, head injuries, cerebral palsy, anything you can think of. I did that for many years. But the last 30 years, I have worked with adults in rehabilitation hospitals, hospital settings, skilled nursing facilities, assisted living, nursing homes, and my favorite place to work with people is home health. And all of this to say, I have seen caregivers my whole life and worked with these families. I have seen when it works well, how wonderful it is. But more often than not, I see all of what comes to fruition when there isn't good planning ahead for what's to come. And I vowed to myself that when my day comes, that it's on my doorstep, that I am going to have to start doing more things in our marriage, in our home, planning for our future, that I was going to be prepared. And that's what this channel is going to be about. So for this first video, I want to kind of go over maybe the 5 top worries that you may be having if you find yourself in the same boat. The first one is, will I be the caregiver or be a caregiver? And I think resoundingly, we have to acknowledge or prepare ourselves for taking on the caregiving role, whether that is 1 year out, 5 years out, 10 years out, or more. None of us know, right? But if you have a loved one with a chronic disease, if you are married to someone that's diabetic, someone that has cardiac issues, dementia, cancer, Parkinson's, MS, the list goes on and on, right? If you have a partner that has medical diagnoses, then I think you can safely or need to say that at some point, very realistically, I am going to be caregiving. That's number one, is the caregiving role that we need to take a look at, prepare for, and plan. Problem number 2, I think, that the healthy partner has to worry about or has on their mind is how fast will things change. And this uncertainty can be exhausting. the healthier partner in a relationship is always in this state of limbo, always on the lookout for when the next shift is going to happen, the next big change might come. You have to wonder, is it going to be a slow shift? Is something sudden going to happen, or something unpredictable? And this adds a lot of stress. I strongly feel that we need to prepare ourselves for whatever disease or medical issue our loved one has. We need to educate ourselves about the healthy partner. I strongly feel to reduce our stress, we need to educate ourselves about the medical issue our loved one has. And sometimes our loved one doesn't want to know all of that, doesn't want to investigate or educate themselves. So it can be a sticky situation. However, I strongly feel I need to take care of myself. And for my peace of mind, I need to know what is coming down the pike. The more you know about what you're dealing with, the more prepared and the type of preparation you need to do, you are going to be knowledgeable about, or find out more for yourself what you need. Problem number 3 is a really big one, and that is retirement. And that is a doozy. If you're 60 and over, retirement and retirement planning should be something already on your radar, something you're actively planning towards. And this channel is going to focus a lot on retirement and retirement planning. There's lots of questions to ask if there is a person in the partnership that is ill, whether or not they're able to work currently, if they're going to be getting done and taking early retirement, and then the healthier person will continue in the workforce. And that is our situation. Tentatively, my husband will retire at 62 this June, and I will keep working full-time as the primary breadwinner until he reaches 65. And then I have a year after that before I turn 65. So we have 3-4 years to plan all of that, before I can retire. But lots to consider regarding, a shift in finances, long-term planning. How is it going to affect us? So retirement is a really serious problem or issue to take in consideration when you're the healthier partner in the relationship. So we'll focus on that a lot as this channel progresses. The fourth big problem or area of concern that the healthier partner has is thinking, what if I get sick? If you're the stable one, you're going to have going through your mind, I can't afford to fall apart. I have to stay the strong one. I have to stay healthy. And that is a huge focus for myself, is no one else is going to make me the number one priority or take precedence over anything else except me. And I already have made some stupid mistakes or neglected my own health. If you're the healthier partner, a lot of your disposable income goes to that person that is sick, because they have specialists, they have medications. And if you're not Medicare age, that is a huge drain on your finances, because you have deductibles to meet every year. And as I said, the many doctor appointments, the medications. So I myself have put off for the last couple of years spending money on myself, going to the doctors, having my regular annual exams, having blood work. I've just put it to the side and I'm not going to do that anymore. And luckily I have my internal doctor next week. I have an appointment, and that will be my first appointment in 2 years. And I'm not going to do that. I am going to prioritize my own health. I have really tried in the past 1 to 2 years to really amp up my physical strengthening and exercise because I know the stress that I am under. I know I need to be stronger and to be in better mental, physical condition before this snowballs and gets worse and requires more of me. And I strongly want to communicate to people that it isn't selfish to take care of yourself. And in fact, it's preparation. We need to be preparing ourselves and focusing on our own health and well-being. We have to take care of ourselves before we can take care of our loved ones. Currently, as it progresses and gets worse, or if you already are in the worst case scenario. So that's going to be a really big focus of this channel is self-care. So the fifth and final area that I want to talk about on this channel is how do we talk about this without fear? And that's really a delicate balance you have to take, is how much is your loved one willing to talk about their condition and plan with you for the future. And every situation is different. And I'm sure as you go through a disease process with a loved one or a person in your partnership, that it's going to change and flux for both of you. But how much do you say to the partner about your worries, your concerns, your planning? How much do you protect them and to protect their information? So do you talk to the kids about it? When do you draw in other people to form a team around you? And how much do you plan out loud? How much do you keep to yourself? Again, I picture us on this road and my husband has his side, his lane of what he's going through. I'm on my side. And he's not going to be experiencing and going through everything I am, vice versa. I'm not going to be experiencing going through everything that he is, and neither are our timelines necessarily going to match up either. I may be ahead of him in certain phases or stages of it. He may be ahead of me at times. So this is an area that I want to explore more. This is one area I feel that's a little more difficult. I am a speech therapist, and you would think communication would be easy for me, but communication's a tough thing for a married couple or any partnership. I think it's maybe one of the biggest things. And so a lot of this is going to depend on how your communication was all along, all the years leading up to now, which is different for all of us. And anyways, if you're over 60 and you're the healthier partner and you most likely are experiencing or thinking of these 5 big issue areas, problems that we all think about, I hope you really are active in the group and we can build a community to support each other. The one thing I do know is people that are living with somebody ill, they feel isolated and they feel alone, which a lot of us are. But we don't have to be that way. The internet, Zoom meetings, live sessions, we can build a community of other people going through the same thing. And that's really my hope for this channel, that I can find some people that are going through what I am going through. Maybe they're ahead of me, maybe they're behind me, but collectively, we all have experiences that we can share and help each other. So the healthier partner has a place to come and to share their concerns, their issues, and support one another so that we live our best life. We all have worked really hard to get to this stage and this age, and it's a privilege to live this long. And I want to have the best life for myself in spite of what is happening with my partner. And I want to give him the best life that I can in our situation. And I'm hoping to find people that can help me along the way do that. So on the next video, I'm going to start going in depth a little bit about each one of these 5 problem areas, and then just continue to plug away at all these different issues, concerns, and preparation that I am doing in all of the 5 areas. So I hope you come along.